Good evening, students. I am now going to look at this essay from one of my students. You can see the essay question and the answer printed below. The areas highlighted in bold have mistakes which I am going to correct, and the areas highlighted in green are okay, but I am going to improve them. My objective here is to raise the level of this essay to the top grade, 9 in IELTS or 120 in TOEFL. So let's begin by looking at the first paragraph, second line. This should be companies with a different range of products, but we can make this a bit better by saying companies with a wide range of different products are becoming prevalent all over the globe. We do not use the word in here. Moving on to paragraph 2, line 6. They are making more profit every year while their suppliers, who are mostly farmers, do not benefit from their increasing power. Now the last sentence, which is explaining why the farmers do not benefit, I think needs more detail. So maybe we can change this sentence a little. So this is mainly because these large companies have such bargaining power that they can force small businesses to accept their terms. I think that's giving more detail and making the point clear. Paragraph 3. Moreover, it is said that multinational companies, promote is usually a positive word, so we want a negative word here. So maybe encourage, and we want to talk about a negative kind of consumerism, not consumerism as such. So maybe we can say companies encourage extravagant consumerism. Extravagant, extravagant. And again, the word attracting is not really the best word here. We want a more negative word. So I'm going to change the rest of this sentence by persuading customers to buy unnecessary goods. We can add another word here, persuading customers to buy unnecessary and superfluous goods. Superfluous, superfluous. I think the structure of this first sentence is not very good, so we should change it following the example I have just spoken. So let me say it again. Moreover, it is said that multinational companies encourage extravagant consumerism by persuading customers to buy unnecessary and superfluous goods. I personally have wasted my money on several occasions buying products which I have seen on TV ads. So this last sentence in paragraph 3 needs to be totally changed. We need to use the present continuous tense. I have wasted my money on several occasions buying products which I have seen on TV ads. And the last phrase is not really in the right place or necessary, so we could use unwanted. On several occasions buying unwanted products. That might be an alternative to unnecessary. Now here the writer has a really good opportunity to introduce a more concrete example, and this I'm going to do now. Always try to introduce an example when you can. It will give you the opportunity to both use a wider range of vocabulary and also a wider tense structure. So, for example, 2 years ago I bought a gold neck chain after seeing one of my favorite movie stars wearing one in a popular commercial. I had never been interested in wearing jewelry before this, but the sight of my hero wearing this attractive item seduced me into buying one. Seduced, S-C-D-U-C-E-D. Later, though, I regretted it, realizing I had wasted my money on vanity, V-A-N-I-T-Y. So you will notice I have introduced the past perfect tense there. In the sentence, I had never before been interested in wearing jewelry. This will get you higher marks because you're introducing more complicated tenses. So I always recommend, when you are choosing an example to support one of your essay points, try to give a real or imaginary example from your real life. Now moving on to paragraph 4. Nevertheless, there are some benefits gained from this trend. I think adding the word gained makes the point a bit clearer. There are some benefits gained from this trend, from, not of. One of the most important positive outcomes of globalization might be that goods and services are being provided at a far cheaper price. Improving this sentence by giving more detail. Nowadays, for example, you can buy a shirt for only a couple of dollars in many parts of the world. This is because these enormous multinationals are able to substantially cut costs through economies of scale. Economies of scale. So I have added another sentence on the end of paragraph 4 to just make it clearer why the larger companies can charge lower prices. And final paragraph. All in all, the extreme power of giant businesses over the markets and customers' behavior might be considered a threat. No as here. However, we cannot deny the attractiveness of lower prices. So I have substantially changed this last sentence. Let me explain why. First of all, we cannot use of that. That's in the wrong place in the sentence. In addition, in paragraph 1, the writer states quite clearly at the end of the paragraph, I would argue that globalization damages local businesses and causes extreme consumerism. So because the writer has given a fairly strong opinion against globalization, we need to make this clear in the final paragraph. That's why I am changing the point about lower prices to we cannot deny the attractiveness of lower prices. This is a better structure for the summary, for the conclusion. The writer is still retaining their point of view expressed in paragraph 1 while acknowledging one of the most important advantages of globalization and large companies. Okay, students, the essay as it is written by the student would probably get a grade of around 6.5 to 7 in IELTS, but with the changes I have made it will get a 9. Let me remind the student to rewrite the sections which I have changed to make sure they understand and also to aid their memory. Okay, thank you for listening, students.